Okay, it's a little awkward to do, but I decided to vlog. I'll try to just speak louder. I am currently on the down edge, but currently experiencing an anxiety attack, a panic attack, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more commonly referred to as an anxiety attack. So they usually come on at night. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me that well. They usually come on at night, and I usually have them until they usually start about 10, 11, and they go until about 2 a.m. So right now it is 12:10 in the morning, and when I feel a panic attack coming on, I get in the car and I drive. I don't know if it's the fact that I am I have to concentrate on driving, and it helps take my mind away from whatever I'm thinking about at the moment, but driving tends to help my panic attack to go away a little bit faster. When I have a panic attack or an anxiety attack, I'm sorry, I don't know the proper term for it. If you do know the proper term for it, please tell me in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But I know it's coming on when I get hot flashes. My whole body will get really, really hot, and it almost feels like I'm getting sick. And then I will start to feel nauseous. I can't sit still. I don't want to lay down. I don't want to stay still. I need to be moving, and if I'm moving, I'm okay. But if I'm not moving, then I tend to get really shaky, and the hot flashes continue, and I feel like I'm gonna vomit, and I have this weird tension where my chest, I can't take deep breaths, and my shoulders will be up by my ears, and I just have so much on my mind. Usually when I start to feel like that, like I said, I'll take a drive. I will actually drive to a specific place. Usually I will drive to my parents' old house here in Denver. My parents, when I was after I went away to college, my parents got a divorce, and so they moved. My mom moved out first, and then my dad sold the old house, which I was not there for a very long time. We moved around a lot growing up, but I did, sorry, I was looking at, there's new developments that have come up over here. I was not there a lot growing up, but I was there from the time I was 11 until I was about 18, and I moved out to go to college. And so usually what I do is I go and I stop by the old house, and I just kind of look at it, just, quickly drive by, and I'll look at it, and then I'll usually drive somewhere else. It just depends. If I feel exhausted by that point, then I will just drive home, and I will try to get some sleep. If I'm not, which is kind of like the case right now, then I will take some of my old routes to places that I used to go. So, for example, I went to the park that I used to play at as a kid, and looked at that, and then right now I'm taking the route to my old high school, and I guess it's just the familiarity of all of it makes me feel more comfortable. It's hard, guys. It's really, really hard being a young parent. And I know in a previous video, I think it was 2 or 3 videos back, I kind of explained why I was starting YouTube. I told you that it was because I want to document my family's lives and my kids' lives. That is true. I want to document them. But if you think about it, I could always just film them and not post it. I could just keep it to myself or keep it for my family. But I decided to start this YouTube journey because I have really, really bad anxiety. I became a mom when I was 19 years old. I just graduated from high school. I'd done a couple months of college, and I got really, really sick away at college, and so I came home, and my best friend, boyfriend, and I moved in together, and shortly after, I got pregnant with Bella, and she was my joy, and she still is. So I absolutely adore being a mom. It's the best thing ever. Shortly after Isabella was born, I wanted to have a boy and a girl. I knew that for sure. So we decided that we would try again for another baby and, see what happened. And we did get pregnant with a boy. And we had Carson. And I don't want this to seem like I am ragging on Carson, because I love him so much. But when I was pregnant with him, I had a pretty tough pregnancy. And not only did I have a tough pregnancy, but I had a tough labor and delivery. And I can go into detail about that in a future video if you want to hear my birth stories. But I had a tough labor and delivery with him, and then I went through very severe postpartum depression. And at the time, I did not know that it was postpartum depression. I probably did not know until he was about a year old, if not a little bit older. I did not, I don't tend to be a very anxious or depressed person. So I just could not put my finger on what I was feeling, but I was having constant anxiety attacks. I was feeling sick all the time. I probably threw up. We talked about it in a previous video, but I probably threw up every single day. Every single day. I would wake up at like 3 a.m. and I would feel sick, and I would need to just spend 30 minutes in the toilet throwing up. It was a really dark time. I had a really hard time bonding with Carson because of the hard pregnancy, hard delivery, and hard postpartum period. And after that, kind of in the midst of while I was dealing with all of that and trying to get better, I got pregnant again, and I lost the baby. And then shortly after that, I got pregnant again in October, and we lost that baby as well. And I went through really bad depression, and it was really hard. It was really, really hard. So we had Charlotte, and that has been a wonderful experience. I love her dearly. She's my rainbow baby. But it's been a tough road getting here to this point, and I am under a tremendous amount of stress. Motherhood's hard. It's not easy. But I had to deal with a lot of change very quickly. So I had to grow up pretty fast and kind of learn how to be an adult and how to be a mom and how to take care of myself. And I know that's first world problems. It really is, and I shouldn't be complaining. And then when we had a baby, I had no idea how to take care of a baby. Like, I was 19. I nannied, yeah, but the babies that I'd taken care of were 6 months and older, and they weren't my kids. I think it's different when, I think that people can say, oh, I've watched kids and I've been a nanny and this and that. And yeah, you watch kids and you know the basics, but it's completely different being a parent. And you really have to be selfless. You have to decide, okay, what would I rather do? Would I rather finish the laundry, or would I rather take a shower? And all of a sudden I'm thrust into adulthood, and not only am I thrust into adulthood where I don't know how to do anything, but I also have to decide how to plan the lives of other people. And I am under a tremendous amount of stress figuring out how to do it. And I'm so thankful for my children. They're such a blessing, and I love them so much. And I love my husband so much. It's just been such a hard road to get here. I just wish I could convey what I'm feeling right now, because it's so hard to get into a video. But I just feel this ball in the pit of my stomach, like I could just throw up, thinking about what's next. What challenge is going to hit us next? What's coming? You know, is Bella going to get into a good school? Is she going to like her school? Are we going to move? Are we going to move to North Carolina? If we're not moving to North Carolina, are we going to find a place here? I have so many things going on in my head, and I just want it to stop. That's my little mini rant. I shouldn't say mini. It's been 22 minutes. I've been talking for 22 minutes. That's crazy. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. All right. Well, I'm almost home. So, thanks for listening.